Oh well. Turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friend. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. Well, as the title says, anyway, the title says it is of all things cleaning again. And truly, it is a cleaning event. As you can, well, you can't see it from here, but I've been reorganizing a little bit. And one of these days, I will take you through a short tour of the whole uh, system, but it's getting a little less cluttered, and I'm reorganizing. It's going to take a little bit of I wouldn't say reinventing, but getting used to where everything is. I have the live chat room up as we speak. The laptop used to be over here in this direction, and now it's over here in this direction. That's why you see the door behind me. And you probably hear the fan blowing on it too. Hopefully, it's not as bad as it could be. Um, Thanks for showing up if you do. And always, like I say, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. Now, I've enjoyed a new thing that I've brought into my shop, which is an LED shop light. It's about 20. It was about 20 bucks at Wally World, and a little bit more than that, but still, it is a very bright light and better than fluorescent because it doesn't flicker like that. So it's not going to have you make you have an epileptic seizure somewhere down the line. Um, oh, got a few people watching in the audience already. Thank you for being there. Um, and let me show you. I've It looks like the normal bench, but it's actually I shifted everything a paradigm to the right, shifted to the right about 2 to 3 feet, where I used to set up, and torch is about right here, and now I'm over here. I used to have all my glass rods and glass stuff over here, and now I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, behind me, it's right over here now. And it is good to change your aspects every once in a while. Hey, Grant, nice to see you. I'm glad that you saw me come up live and wanted to join the party. Um, but as you can see, it was over here. Now it's over here. And the reason I did that was just recently I got in my shop, and I guess I can take off the handy cam here. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but and it's I've got it hanging around things to so it wouldn't be in the way. But at this point, okay, here we go. I'm going to change over to the other webcam here. There we go. And yeah, it's going to be a little shaky. Let me get it the bigger thing so I can see exactly what I'm showing you. I just have the smaller one, and now I saved it. There we are. Ah, and as you can see, I got this. Actually, my friend got this. It was a nice set of drawers, and the metal slide in and out quite nicely. And it used to be a tool drawer because you can see the word ratchets on one of the label to it. One of them says files, another one says paint brushes. So it's had a little bit of stuff. I plan on putting all my glass rods and color rods into each individual slot, and I've already started a junk drawer on top. That's just the way life is. Okay, I'm going to. Whoa! Look at what we got here. Now we're going to do the twisty turny. Yeah. Get it closer. Yeah. All right. Enough of the crazy stuff. I used to do that with a video camera. Get some really cool shots. And I redid my table. cleaned it off. Actually, most of them, I just sort of, I'll do one more thing, and you'll have to excuse the earthquake. I'm going to pull it off. I go one more time. It doesn't want to come off this time. But I just scraped everything over to that side at this moment. But I will get to it because I can. Okay? Okay. Give me a sec. Here we are. Whoop. Oh, now it's not going to stay in there, is it? There we are. Okay, now I've got to get all the wires out of the way. There we are. Happy? Happy. Okay. Um, now, like I said, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to plug in the, not plug in, but turn on the tanks, which I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to do a quick video. I don't have any idea what I'm going to do, but and we're also going to have to turn on the concentrator. Yep, they're up and running. Let's kick in the other one. Do we have any requests of what you'd like to see me do? I've, like I say, been doing a little bit of spring cleaning, even though it's still technically, well, almost summer. Not quite summer yet. But I'm going to be doing a lot more organizing, a lot more coming out of a funk that I've been into. So, um, anyway, let's get back to business. Uh, I've been reorganizing, like I said, and I've got things a little bit more on the reachable scale. I still have to sort through a few things, but nothing much. But if I, at a moment's notice, had something to be done or do, I can do it. Um, looks like not too many requests, so I got to come up with something, huh? What could I do at a moment's notice? Well, there's always repair, right? Always repair. Now, I'm going to put on my didymium glasses. See? You'll see it in a second. And as close as I am to the work that I'm doing, I don't need to put on my prescription lenses. It's weird. Without my didymium, without my prescriptions on, I can still put my fingers close to my face and I can see my fingerprints. So, and the close work that I usually do, the smaller work, doesn't need it as bad. If you have a request, now's the time to type it in the chat room if you want to. If not, that's fine too. And I will get to it if I can. Yeah, I'm going to have to reorganize a little bit here, but we'll get there. There we are. Forgot it. I didn't have the outside ring on. Makes a difference sometimes. It's always repair. But as I reach for something, guess what? I don't see a repair. La, 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 la. Nope, that doesn't need to be repaired. Let's reach for something else. Just grab a whole bunch of things and drop them down. Maybe there'll be something. Nope, fine. Ah, is this what I was looking for earlier? This will do. I also came across, and I realized I've got to reorganize somewhat because this table I might have to move a little bit back a little bit, move a little bit to the left a little bit. I realized that the table and the edge of its drawers is really cool. Hi, Athena. I'm glad that you showed up. Glad that somebody's out there. Oh, it's your lunchtime? That's a cool thing if that's what you meant. So something that you can eat while you're working, huh? Visually eat. This is some honeycomb that I did. Just put it into a top of a thing. Love spell check. Yeah, I had some interesting conversations with spell check myself. You know what? That's what we get for not actually reading what we punch out. That's okay. Uh, Again, this is some honeycomb that I did a while back, and I'll show you a little bit better as we do this. Uh, the thing that I have come to the conclusion of is that I have put the, I think I'm going to encase, silver fumed it, of course, and the silver fuming um, is looking nice in some direction, but I want to make it look better, and I'm going to turn this into a turtle shell with all the honeycomb shapes going on there. It would make great for the back of a honeycomb on the back of a turtle shell once it's all said and done. Right, right. Here we go. Now again, what I'm doing is just encasing what I'd done with the silver fuming and the honeycombing before, and I think I might even flatten it out some more and then curve it around to the right shape and size for a turtle shell. When all else fails and I'm not sure what I want to do, I always tend to want to do a sea creature like a seahorse or a fish or a shark or a dolphin. Well, I am close to the ocean. Actually, on quiet nights here where I live, I've got well, I'm not there's where I live. It's like an Outer Bank type thing. It's called Atlantic Beach, Emerald Isle, and Calder Pass. It's one, barrier island type deal. Uh, and the ocean is out that way. And between that is a sound, which is like, over there they got Puget Sound in towards, and others, just an inlet type area. And with that sound, that's a little bit more distance between me and the actual ocean. But on a quiet night, you can hear the waves from the ocean going. And I tell people that, and they think I'm sort of wacko. But you know what? It's a neat little sound to hear from time to time. Okay. Now what I'm doing again, I've encased the honeycomb completely, and now I'm just sort of elongating it a little bit. And again, I will show what this is looking like later. Also, tonight I will be back on live, probably around 8 or 9, doing part of the 5,500. I want to do it one day, 5,000, but 500 subscribers drawing that I had. I'll have it's going to be within an hour's notice or so, but just keep looking. I will have Gabe on for uh, for his. I'll create something for him. Oh, there's a nice little air bubble in there. Let's see if we can get that out. It's not quite near the surface, but I'm going to try to bring it out anyway. Sometimes you can do that. It is deep. Maybe pinching it sometimes. Oh, got it. There we go. Now it's got a little bit of distortion going on, but we'll see what we can do about bringing it back. It was just a little bit bigger than what I'd like. I like some air, and I like some, you know, even some dirt in it. I don't mean that, heavy duty dirt, but um, to give it character with the glass. I know that sounds weird, but that's the way I feel about life. There's another bubble in there, but oh well, we're gonna have to live with it. Maybe it's not in there. It's just the way that we'll get there. Okay, now, bring it around. Okay, we're gonna make that the front of the turtle on this side. Layer it in. Yeah, it's getting there. You have any requests that you'd like to see done shortly after I finish this guy? I will gladly get into. It's going to have some interesting shapes warping around in the shell itself, which is cool. Let it round in some more. Thought it was where I wanted it, but oh well. Here we go. This is going to be the front fin, and this is some more of that fold and pull where you pull it out and fold it over, pull it out, fold it over, pull it out again, and you can sort of bring a little point to that, and it's really, really nice for fins, manes for horses, a little bit of everything. It's That's why I'm not in the shot right quick, but we'll get there. Now, let's do the other side. Pull it out, fold it over, pull it out, fold it over, so on and so forth. It's a really good thing to have in your repertoire, in that you don't have to make a big blob, pinch it, make a big, and then turn around and pull it in the direction you want. You can do it all in one smooth, and it also gives texture to the fins itself. Here we go. Here's the head to this turtle. There we go. Eyes. Never hurts to have eyes. And again, I'm used to reaching over to the left and everything's over to the right now because of the cleaning that I've done. But I'm getting it done. One eye, two eyes. There we go. And right now, the back of the thing is a little distorted, but this is where learning to manipulate the glass will work out real well for you. I'm going to hold it or put a cold weld right here, like so. Now we're going to manipulate the back here. I do like this new LED light that I got, Shop Light. It really is bright. It has really, I guess you'd say, almost brightened up my life the way I needed it. I've been in sort of like a little funk. That's why I haven't been doing the videos as of late. Um, Nothing major terrible, but life happens sometimes. Luckily, I'm coming out of it. I got better, as they would say in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. They turned me into a newt. I got better. Oh, it's she, not he. Anyway, if anybody has anything to say in the chat room, please do so. I am watching, and reading. And it looks like Athena was the last one to say anything, which is been a while ago. I hope somebody's watching at the moment. Can't tell, but that's okay. There we go. It's looking really good, and the shape reorganized itself like I wanted. And it's just a matter of, again, that fold and pull in the right direction and bringing it to shape. There you go. Again, tonight I will be on live at least once, if not twice. I'm going to also try to go by Adam Manlove's house. He is one of my students. He won the grand prize, and I felt like, hey, he's too close. May as well send something else out at the same time. And so Gabe was the second place winner. So there we go. Rounding it in a little bit more. So like a little bumpy, just making the outer shell a little bit more smooth. It's already got a nice elongated look for its sea turtle, like I like it. And it's got some interesting texture going on. That's the thing about glass. Each time you do it, you use the same glass and the same technique. It's like signing your name. You can never do the exact same thing twice. It's close maybe, but it's not ever, ever again like this one. And I love that part about my glass. Individuality, individual pieces, and learning to grow and teach from each piece. That's what I love. There we go. Whoa! Oh, darn. And of course, it dropped right in the right direction at the right time, and the two front fins fell off. But guess what? I always work it until it's done. Most people say, screw it, give it up. But no, not me. Now, what I did was I heated up the end of this blue and touched it to the end of the tip of the fin and created a cold weld that I can seal something on real quick. And then it'll come off right there. See, right where that cold weld was. I got one more fin to put back on. Here we go. Where'd that go? Oh, way over there. Let me bring it at least close. Well, no, if I got it on the tweezers, I'll leave it on the tweezers. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Can't believe that happened, but life happens sometimes. Glass is a fragile material. It's better to find out now where the problem was and fix it. You know what I mean, Vern? Better to find out now. Now, put a cold weld on the tip of the tail. The reason being is I still was in the middle of making the loop to the turtle for it to be a pendant. There we go. Most of my work I tend to make into jewelry. It's just the way I do things. I know there are other ways, but I like it. Any requests? Anyone? Anyone? If not, I'll end up doing a sea turtle or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm cleaning up. Yeah, don't have a heart attack. I know 5 minutes from now it's going to look cluttered again. Yeah, and it looks like I'm going to have to move at least a foot or so in this direction because of a few things. I I noticed that over here, right next to that drawer, I like to have a little bit of at least a foot or two of movement of swing, and the side edge of that drawer is right in the way. So we're going to have to work on that. Okay, and we got one sea turtle with a very interesting shell of honeycomb, silver fumed honeycomb. Now, how did I do that silver fumed honeycomb? Let me go from there and do that. Since nobody's around and wondering what happened, let's do it again. No, actually, I didn't do it at this point, but I can. Meaning it's something I didn't. I started halfway through. Again, if you have a request, talk to me. Just type it in the chat room, and I'll see what I can do about bringing it up and doing it up. That's the way I like to do things, right? Right. Let's see. A few people still watching, which is good. Now, first for honeycombing, the way I did the top of that shell is I'm going to blow a bubble, sort of thin, but not really, really, really thin, but thin. Yeah, trying to show off and going crappy on me. I always have a cullet can somewhere, which is what I use to throw my trash away, as you see. Here we go, blowing it out a little bit. I had the perfect rod to put to this. You're going to need very, very thin cane. Here we go. Now, when you're blowing, and I've got a blow hose here, it's not like it's just happening. You're not trying to, I collapsed it on purpose. You're not trying to uh, blow out a bubble gum bubble. You're trying to just make the pressure better, and you're not trying to blow up a balloon. Oh, talking and working at the same time. That'll work. See if I can even that out on the top a little bit. I'm puffing in a little bit and blowing out. Now I'm gonna, there we go. Evened out pretty much. And I'm gonna use, well, I don't see it, so I'm gonna end up making some quick cane to go on this. And it's gonna be very thin, just enough to touch and pull dots all the way around it, and then you're going to feel it with silver, and that makes a nice honeycomb effect on a bubble, the way I do it anyway. A little bit longer. We'll actually do another one of these. We'll do two of these, just to make sure I got enough. If anybody has any comments or questions, talk to me. I am watching the chat room as we speak, and we'll see what we can do about answering any questions. Yeah, give me 3 minutes and I can already make my table a mess, right? Right. Here we go. Okay, one more, and I'll leave it on the end of this thing and do it from there. There we go. Oops, sort of nipped off the end of this thing. A little bit long. Let's go ahead and use one of the canes. Now the idea is you're sort of just touching and pulling away really quick, and you're heating up the cane or the stringer more than the tube, because the tube is so thin, practically has only one side. And there's a reason for that. Oh, that one just went on its own. There's a reason for that. You'll see later. As it collapses, the silver film collapses around these dots and causes the honeycomb effect. Now I'm going to do another layer. On the next layer. And I know I'm not doing it really tight, but you can. Oh, getting a little bit short here. Let's add. There we go. Keep going. And I might add some more and tighten up the dots as we go. And you can make them very uniform. You can put some patterns in this, but you know my style. Shoot from the hip, ask questions later, I guess. Here we go. Now I'm going to add more dots where I can. Okay. Here's where the fun comes in. I went to a single flame, and I don't have the oxygen on the outer ring going on at the moment. And that noise you just heard was one of the oxygen concentrators deciding to say, hey, the flow is too slow, so I gotta complain and shut down so I don't burn myself out. Yeah, the big one's taking all the brunt of it at the moment. Now there's silver already on the end of this piece of glass, and what I'm doing when I pinch it is that the silver likes to recede into, it somehow gets hotter than the, and wants to melt into the actual, there we go. When you get it just right, it looks pretty. Yeah, very iridescent, lots of silver on that. And again, this is just boro, and you can, I can have had it to like quartz rod, and that sort of doesn't melt into the quartz, but it tends to pop off the quartz a lot easier. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and see if we can't kick back in the, there we go. Now we're going to melt this all in, collapse it down, and I'll give it a little hand and suck in a little bit. You can see it starting to collapse, doing wonders, looking good. This is my take on this. It's not exactly perfect, but it's looking really good in my respect. The silver turned out really nice, heavy duty. Now, here's the cool part. I'm gonna blow it out and nip it around. If anybody has any questions or wants to talk to me, I am watching the chat room. And this is where it's gonna look pretty. Oops, these are just regular stainless steel scissors. And as thin as I'm making this, oops, collapsing in on itself. Isn't that nice? There we go. There we are. Pull that out. Now we're gonna round it in the other direction. Looks really strong and deep, but it's gonna look good in the long run. Okay, let it round in. And collapse in the other direction. Or you can turn around and layer it with silver, clear now. Keep it in this direction. Okay, layer it out. Tweezer it out if necessary. Oops. There we go. Doesn't look like much now. Got a lot of silver in that. Now to taste the silver on the other side. Layer it in good. Questions, answers, you can type it into the chat room. I am watching. This should make some interesting colors. Now what I'm doing to encase is basically heating up the rod and layering it on top of the honeycomb that I did. And yeah, it's looking like a little bit of a mess right now, but the colors that are going to come out in this are going to look really cool. You strike it at the right temperature, and sweet it shall be. Actually, I think I'm going to stretch it out and make it into a lizard. That'll be cool. And I'm going to try to make the lizard out of the whole one piece. Legs, tail, head, all 9 yards. I got an idea. Nip it off with the tweezers and see what we can come up with, huh? That way, not really nip it off, but nip the edges to manipulate it. I was watching some hot glass videos, doing some furnace work where they take out this big glob of glass and pinch it here and there and pull out a leg, pull out everything it needs, and go from there. That's what I feel like doing with this one too. With me so far? Yeah. There. Tap it off there. Now we're gonna really let it flow in. Here we go. Stretching it out now. Flowing quite nicely. Trying to still manipulate it so you see the dot. We'll go with it. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Now I'm stretching it and curving it, the tail a little bit. We're gonna just do it. This isn't, I'm not, we'll see. There you go. The color variations on this, you really can't see it yet, but they come out quite nicely. Yep. What I've decided to do is manipulate the legs from the front here. I'll pull off. Oops. You can't see it. Give me a sec. Got the tweezers going on here. Cold weld. There we go. Hit a piece of paper. The head's going to be right about where the fire is right now. I don't know why I've got the blow hose in my mouth. I don't have anything that I'm blowing. Okay. Cold weld right there. The legs are going to come out of this piece that I'm pulling off of right now. Do you have any questions, comments? Want to say something on the live chat room? If you don't know how, scroll down to the very bottom on your cell phone deal, and it has live chat. You tap on that, and you can actually join the chat room and say something. I've done it a couple of times, and it's pretty interesting to chat from a cell phone, but it works. Okay, we got one leg going on here. Let's get another one going on. All from the same piece of glass. So it'll all come out with the same colors on it and work into the same direction. Oh, I didn't realize it was tilted that low. Give me a second. I haven't been paying attention to, no, it is tilted. It's not tilted that low. Never mind. I realized I scrolled down a little bit on the chat room so I can just mainly see what's going on in the chat room. Let's see. Oh yeah, got plenty of what's going on inside the flame. Okay, we're getting there. Two more legs going on. I might even do a smaller lizard from the rest of it because I've got enough. I say lizard. I call them a salamander. I'm sorry. When I sell them, I call them salamanders. For some reason, they sell better. Same basic reptile creature, but we call it a salamander, and it works. Who knew? There we go. Okay, we're getting some, I wouldn't say distortion going on. Layers, I guess you could say. I need to bend these in the right direction, move them. This is where a set of tweezers come in handy. Glass is not set in stone, literally. Now I'm going to put a pinch where I'm going to put the neck, and I can probably pinch the rest of that. I don't need a real long nose, so right about there, I'll pull off, and I'll use that on that other lizard, or little one that I'm going to do. There you go. I usually put the head, I'll get it a little bit more narrowed right at the neck. And then I bring the head up just slightly. There you go, just slightly. Just the way I do things. And let's see, blue. Blue sounds good for the eyes and the toes. I always would make them match. There's one. There's another. Here comes the toes. Now that one's a little bit forward than the other, so let's see if we can pull it. There we go. Doable. Now that leg is a little bit too high. I'll bring it down a little bit. There's the toe. I only usually put two toes on my lizards, on my salamanders, as it were. But you can put as much detail on them as you want. That's the cool thing about your work. I just give it some toes. Like, totally, okay? Then we put the back legs on, our back toes on. Move them around a little bit. There we go. That one's a little bit long. That's about the right length. I'm also going to redo the tail just slightly, stretch it out more. Oh yeah, looking really good. Pendant, non-pendant. I think I'm going to do it non-pendant at the moment, but I guess I could always make it into a pendant later on. That's the thing about glass. But you know, when you're doing something, the best time to do it is when you're making it. Going back into a piece is possible, but not suggestible. Okay, we're going to stretch out the tail, bring it out some more, curve it around. There we go. I'm also going to get to the tip of that tail from where I'm at with the cold weld. It's now become a good weld, but we'll get to it. There we go. There we go. Loop, non-loop. I think I'm going to put a loop. All right. I've talked myself into it. And of course, the loop is right where the cold weld is at the moment. So we're going to just continue that cold weld and make it into a loop. Another cold weld at the tail to hold it in place while you make the loop. Now, right underneath the chin is a good spot to put it. That way, if somebody has it sitting on a table, it looks okay. And if you're wearing it, it looks okay also. Like it's not hanging from its tongue, but just hanging there, or climbing up around your neck. Okay. Any requests? Last chance before I head off until later on this evening. Um, but again, I enjoy you guys being there. Click like, click subscribe, share it, whatever you need to do. It never hurts to do the same thing. I know I've done lizards before, salamanders as it were, but each time you do it, you catch something different from what I'm doing. And yes, I need to do more of these guys too so that you can get a pretty picture there. So that'll be one of the next projects. No problem. Thank you for being there. I appreciate you showing off or showing up to watch me work. And again, I'm having a lot of fun with my new light. It's putting a different light perspective on what I'm doing, less darkness, and having fun making glass like always. So let me switch off to the other angle of the torch. Let me see, and get back over there again. 3,000 places to be in, 2,000 things to do it in, and there we are. There. Hey, here I am. Hey. Um, I will have on Facebook and also on the cover of this particular event, I will have the pictures of the two things that I did do using the silver fuming. Of course, the turtle is one of them. It has a very interesting shell with distorted bubbles and all, and I really love it. It has its own character, and the same thing with the uh, the salamander. It has its own unique characters. I plan on maybe making one more with the tiny one, but you'll see it all on one of my next videos. And depending upon what the challenge is or what they would like to see me make for their prize, that's the way I work things when I do the drawings. The last 3 or 4 people have chosen what I make, and I make it for them. That way, we're both happy. So, thank you for being there, guys. And in a minute, I'm going to go looking for my glasses and say, "Where that? Where that?" No, I do that a lot. Um, and as always, enjoy your day. And my latest new saying is "Carpe vitro." So, let me see here. I'm going to have to remember to put it over here sometimes afterwards. Where are we at? I got to go that way, go this way, bring that back that way, and it's confusing. I've got to make sure that next time I put the actual hangout screen over here so I can see it and also see the chat room over here. Matter of fact, let's see if I can do that real quick anyway. But every time I do it, it ends up with the chat room over on the other side. So life happens. Thank you. And as always, enjoy your day.